Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 175. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
Merry Switchmas, everybody! Yes!
Ed, it's that time of year.
Yes, it
Snowing
is.
outside.
Well,
Chilly.
I don't have no snow.
Santa's coming.
Yes.
You know what that means. It's Game of the Year time.
Oh, yes, of course.
Game of the Year time here on Nintendo Pow Block. It is, man, there's a lot more that came out this year than I anticipated.
Everybody I told Corey, I'm like, why did Nintendo have a blastastic year of games? When everybody questioned what was 2019 going to hold for them, we got our answer.
Yeah.
There was a ton of great games that came out.
Yeah. There were. Yeah, I was going through the list of games that came out this year, right? Because, tomorrow we're recording late, so this show might come out a little bit later than normal, but it's all right. I was looking at the list because I was making my list for Pow Block, and I made my list for Boss Rush's recording a Game of the Year, right? And I forgot how much came out this year. To be honest with you, there's so much that came out this year. Like, I forgot that Apex came out this year. I forgot that Devil May Cry 5 came out this year. I forgot Wargroove came out this year.
That literally was on my list. Like,
dude, there was so much. I forgot that Cuphead and Ori came out this year.
Yes.
I forgot that Trials Rising came out this year. There's so much that came out this year that, like,
dude. Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's going to be interesting for Boss Rush.
Yeah, for sure. And then, like, I forgot how many great games came out on Nintendo, right? Like, this year went by so fast. And, like, you and I in particular have been doing so much, and then, starting this new project and seeing what we were going to try to do with it and trying to come up with content and everything for 2020. Like, it's just been a year for us, man, and regrouping and bringing Nintendo Pow Block back because we missed it and, fans missed it, and, giving the NX project the new name and everything. Like, this year is just 2019 is a year that I will remember for a long time for so many reasons. And, games are just a small piece of that pie this year, but I'm not gonna lie. It's a Game of the Year. Like, even though we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, it just really snuck up on me to be 100% honest with you.
Well, it's funny because, like, when I think of Game of the Year, like, I think of the last, kind of day. I'm like, of course, if you wanted to count, like, New Year's Eve, you can. But, like, I feel like once after Christmas, you got until Sunday to actually, get all the games that you wanted to play and make your decision, and then finally get your official Game of the Year out. Because you'll have Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, you'll have all of that come, and you'll have those games, and you'll have a better idea. But it's thinking of Game of the Year every year. It really depends on what gets released for a particular console at times, because if it's not equal on all three sides and it's more on one side, it becomes harder, because you got to think of that one particular console with all of those games and trying to put them in a certain list that you enjoy personally.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just like coming up with 10, like so just to give everybody kind of like a glimpse of what we're doing today, we're going to do some honorable mentions. I cut mine down. I know Ed said he was going to and then probably didn't. And then we're going to do a top 10 in order of the games that we enjoyed on Switch this year. So, but it's game of the year is always a special time. It's a nice way to look back at the games that came out and kind of remind people what came out. And if you haven't, haven't played some of these games, maybe it's a good refresher to check some of these games out, So,
yeah.
But before we get into that, I want to read a question, a Nintendo question, if you will, just to kind of get the juices flowing, kind of get in there and just kind of like, ooh,
yes,
podcast,
a good warm-up.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Our longtime listener and fan, Greg Osterman III, writes in and says, what were some of your favorite games that didn't appear on the Switch this year? Nice and simple question.
I could actually answer this. Going for started with PlayStation. I am enjoying Concrete Genie. I think like just going on 2019 release games, I think Concrete Genie is really good. I was watching Game Scoop, and this show was like a couple of weeks ago, and it was like they had all the hosts for their big podcast, like Beyond, Nintendo Voice Chat, and Unlock, and they was talking about Concrete Genie, how it kind of came out but didn't really get that love or anything, and it came from one of their small teams, and I'm just like, I could agree. I'm like, this is really a great game. On it, I like the artistry of it. It felt something very new. It's just like kind of relaxing in a sense, and for Sony, I think that was a great one. Crackdown 3 is definitely a big contender for me, because I had so much fun. I think that's probably another multiplayer game, playing with my friend online and being in the game with them, like at 2:00 in the morning and just talking and stuff. Like, it was really fun. Like
that game.
Go ahead.
I only played a little bit of Crackdown, but like, it seems like one of those dumb fun games where you're like running around the city blowing stuff up and shooting guys and completing missions together. Just like what I played of Crackdown 3, I really liked, and like I didn't really have high expectations because review scores were mediocre at best, right? Like it didn't get like 10s or anything, but like,
yes,
I went in there expecting like an okay game, and I ended up liking what I played, and it's on my list. Like I said, most of the first quarter at least of 2020 is going to be backlog stuff for me. I just want to catch up on stuff and really kind of get into some of these games that I didn't really have time for this year, along with some of the other stuff we're doing. But
yeah,
but yeah, Crackdown 3 is I think it's like, if you have an Xbox and you have Game Pass, or PC, I guess, and Game Pass, like, just download Crackdown and try it. It's not very long. I think the campaign's only like 6 or 7 hours, and
it's longer than that.
Is it? I heard it was pretty short.
It's longer than that. Literally, with some stuff, it is longer than that. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you gotta do. I think if you're playing with somebody, it's 6 to 7 hours. If you're doing it by yourself, it's about 10 to 12, because there are some challenging parts. And that last section of the game, it's going to take you a good while if you're doing it by yourself. So it's just not 6 or 7 hours. If you're playing with somebody, the time is cut down. If not solo, it's going to take you a long time.
Okay, well, 6 or 10, 12 hours. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely Gears 5 is a good one. I see what you do. Don't give me that look. Gears 5 definitely is a great one. Um,
Waiting on Jesse to finish that. Jesse.
yeah. I will put okay. So Anthem, Division 2, and Devil May Cry 5, great games. And I'm adding Anthem because I did enjoy the flying. I did enjoy the shooting. I wasn't bothered by the campaign or level design. I didn't have a problem like everybody else was having a problem. I think the problems I was having with Anthem was the beta and all of that stuff being broken and everything that people couldn't play, especially if you pre-order it and the way that they released it. And it was just like all of this hype build up for this game, stuff wasn't working, but it like with a few patches, things got to work, and then it kind of felt good. Same with the Division 2, like it felt kind of samey as a Division 1. I had fun, had some problems here and there with it. But overall, I'm like, I got my full of it. Especially Devil May Cry 5, great game. I think what got me was that it looks beautiful. It's too big with too many, with not many enemies, and the combo system is lacking. I think because of Ninja Theory giving us like various ways to do combos and move sets and stuff, and really feeling like you are an action star. Devil May Cry 5 didn't really do that in a sense. Now, yes, with Dante, you feel that DMC Devil May Cry feel because of the various weapons, the various fight modes that you'll be in and stuff. But when it came to the other two, it's just like this is not hitting. Not a bad game. I paid my $60 when it came out. Fully bought it. That was the only game that I played to the end when it came out. I mean, I played other stuff fully when it came out, like Anthem and everything. But I got my full of it, and was just like, I still like DMC Devil May Cry better. And I think if they would have changed I don't want to have to buy the option to run fast. Like, really? I gotta buy a move to run fast? No. Like it could have been better. I know like I said, they simplified the combo system, but they shouldn't have. They really shouldn't have. There's no joy in trying to learn the game with simplified combos, because you really could just button mash it all the way and everything. But yeah, I mean, DMC Devil May Cry. I mean, Devil May Cry 5 was good. I just feel like it could have been better. But I did enjoy it. So, other than that, let's see. Well, what else? Cause I got mostly like Remnant from the Ashes. Great game, phenomenal. I
Still
think
need to
fantastic.
play it. I wanted to play it before Game of the Year stuff, but I don't think I mean, unless I stayed up tonight and actually like put a couple hours into it, which I'm not gonna lie, probably won't do that.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Great story. Got some problems. I'll talk about that on Boss Rush later. Borderlands 3, good game. Control. I gotta put more time in Control, but I am enjoying it. With that game, it's there's something about Remedy that they like to make their games where full on action, but you gotta consistently move. You don't really get a time to breathe and stuff. So, the Control is kind of like that. Like I said, I gotta put more time into it. I haven't got a chance to try Star Wars Fallen Order. I'm hoping to get that for a Christmas gift, because I really do want to play that game. But overall, like for Sony, kind of like for Sony and Xbox, those kind of games that I liked, that I enjoyed this year.
Nice. Well, I guess I'll go. I mean, I think the one game that kind of stands out, right? I know there's a couple, but the few that stand out, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I really loved. not a huge star. I mean, I like Star Wars. Like it's fun, you know, like it's fun movie to watch. But you know, I'm not like the biggest Star Wars guy or anything. But I really liked that game. I like Cameron Monaghan as an actor, right? He's kind of the main protagonist. I like the crew. I think it does some interesting things with your companion. BD1 is an interesting companion. Like it's just fun, you know. And you know, there were a couple points where I was a little frustrated with the difficulty spikes, but in some of the platforming was just not. It should not have tried to be a platformer, and some of the platforming is kind of bad at some points. But it really kind of took what they learned from Titanfall and Apex, right, with like wall running and some movement aspects from Titanfall especially, and applied it to Star Wars, and it worked really well in most places, you know. And the ending, like the surprise that they ruin in every single trailer, like didn't get spoiled somehow. I just didn't, and it was awesome. The ending was awesome. So it totally, just gonna throw it out there, totally sets it up for a sequel, and I know that Respawn is already hiring for a sequel. So I like that game. It was really good, and I like the lightsaber customization and just the move sets they give you and the playgrounds they give you and everything. So I actually want to go back to it and actually try to get the rest of the stuff, right? Like I want to go explore the rest of the maps and find all the secrets and everything. Might try to get all the achievements on it, which is the first time I've felt like doing that in a game in a while, you know. So Gears 5, I want to finish it with Jesse. We've been playing on the second to highest difficulty, and the difficulty spikes in that game range from you know, the valleys are low, right, where like you can take guys out no problem, to some of these enemies take 3 or 4 full clips to take down, and it's just, I don't really understand the artificial difficulty that they're putting in there, right? Like it's not like, you know, it kind of feels like the ways that games used to be hard just to be stupid hard, right? Just to make the game longer. That's what it reminds me of. And I'm like, I just want to shoot some guys and take them down and have fun, right? And it's to the point where Jesse and I kind of decided just to knock it down the difficulty level just to finish the story, because the game itself is really good. The story is really good. The characters are fun, right? And I want to finish it. I want to see it through, because I love Gears so much, but it's just like these artificial difficulty spikes in this game have been an issue since the first game, and they haven't been fixed, right? It's just, I mean, I know it's probably just the nature of Gears and how that series works, but like, I kind of feel like they need to do something with it. So
I think because they made Gears 5 feel more tactical, where it's not just a basic cover-based shooting. Like you can't stand in one place. That's what I'm assuming it does. It is like, that's why the AI is so spongy. I won't say spongy.
Well, like we got to this area, right, where like we were literally like there's these 2 big like the snatcher creatures, right, that like snatch you up and put you in their stomach, and you have to shoot the stomach to get your partner out or whatever. We would literally be like hiding in a building, right, and they would shoot those things out of its tail. No windows around. We are inside a building because we saw like the tail light up before they shoot the things, right? We were literally inside the building, and we would die because they would explode outside the building. Outside the building when we were inside. And it's like those kind of things were like really just, they were hindering the experience a lot. And and it just and as Gears is one of my favorite series, like it just really hindered that experience, and I don't want that, so we're just going to knock it down in difficulty peg and just finish it from there. But I really like the evolution of Jack, and like how you can, use Jack to do stuff. I like the open world hub things that you can explore and do things like those ideas were cool. It felt like they weren't totally finished, right? But like the ideas were cool, and I hope they kind of flesh that out in the next game, which hopefully we'll see on Xbox Series X, right? So, yeah, man, those are kind of like the two real big standouts. Control's another one I've been playing through. It got a lot better somehow. I turned the motion blur off and the film grain off, and it feels way better. Like I don't know if that had something to do with the performance or anything, but it just feels way better after I turn that off. So that's kind of, those are kind of like the big three right now that come to mind. Apex Legends also is like a really solid battle royale. It's my favorite of the kind of three major ones that are out there right now. So
yeah, I just hope Respawn don't abandon Titanfall, because I want a 3. I want another great story, and like I want BT to come back.
I bet they announced Titanfall 3 for a launch window for X and PS5.
PS5.
Yeah. So those are kind of the standouts for me this year. But yeah, you can hear more about that on the Boss Rush podcast, our other podcasts that we talk about games and everything besides Nintendo. I do kind of want to promote that just because, not to like diminish the show or anything, but Nintendo Pow Block, been around longer, been around the block a little bit, and it's just Nintendo Pow Block's a little bit more popular than Boss Rush podcast, so I just encourage people to go download the Boss Rush podcast. So
yes,
Ed hosts it, and we're joined by Jesse and Ray, and we talk about the other consoles and some Nintendo. Somehow the conversations usually steer that way. Wonder why. But it's fun. So please go check it out. Let's get into some of this housekeeping real quick before we actually start our Game of the Year discussions. This is Nintendo Pow Block. You can find it on bossrushgames.com or on youtube.com/bossrushgames, as well as your favorite podcast service of choice. We encourage you to rate and review and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to us. It helps with discoverability. We've gotten a couple reviews the last couple days. It's really exciting to see new reviews pop up. So if you could just do that for us, we'd be really grateful. You can follow us on Twitter at boss_rush_games. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Boss Rush Games. We have a Discord. You can find the Boss Rush community. You can also find our community on Facebook. Our poll is in there for Game of the Year. We want to know what your games of the year are, just because we really want to build that community and see what you guys think. So check that out. You can also check out the poll on Twitter. It's just a link to the Facebook poll, so you can check that out. Also, at the beginning of the year, probably the week after New Year's, we're going to start our live shows again. So you can follow us on Twitch and Mixer at Boss Rush Games Live. That's twitch.tv/Boss Rush Games Live and mixer.com/Boss Rush Games Live. Also, a few announcements. Standard Definition and 1v1 will be starting shortly after the new year. Standard Definition is going to be our new podcast about things that made us who we are growing up, toys, movies, specific games and consoles, that sort of thing. And 1v1 is our interview series that we are setting up. The first 4 episodes will obviously be the Boss Rush crew. We're just going to interview each other and see, like, why do we like podcasting? Why do we like doing this? How do we start? That kind of thing. It's kind of a series that's going to promote other content creators that are doing cool stuff on the internet, whether they're popular or just getting started or somewhere in between. We hope that will build community and camaraderie and hopefully collaborate with more people down the road. I've reached out to a few people already, and we're starting to schedule those interviews and content. So they will also appear on random episodes of Boss Rush Podcast and Nintendo Pow Block in Standard Definition. So look out for those. It's very exciting.
Yes.
Excuse me. I'm fighting this sickness, dude. I've been sick all week. So this is what it's because usually we record on Tuesdays, but this week we're recording on Friday, and it's because I've been pushing it off because I've been sick. We were going to record last night, but I was so sick that I was waiting. I was waiting for Ed's response, and then I was laying in bed just like sweating to death because I was so sick, and I fell asleep around 9:30, and then Ed responded at 9:40. And I
was at work, everybody. I couldn't respond to nothing.
And then I woke up at like 2:30. I was like, sorry, Ed, I fell asleep. And so we are recording tonight. We're going to try to get some more stuff done tonight. Also, we're trying to figure out the best way to accomplish our YouTube content. It's kind of a struggle because of the way YouTube has been changing their how they treat their creators in a way, and we just want to optimize what we're best at. And I think the live shows and live streams and podcasts are going to be our base moving forward, but we also want to do a few things on YouTube because it's still a decent platform to get exposure and everything. So
yes,
yeah. And then I know at least a few of you have DM'd me on Twitter about our Patreon. We want to make sure our content is right, and we want to make sure our content is out there, and we will have a rundown for you sometime after the beginning of the year. I want to have one last group meeting before we move into that realm and decide when to launch it. So be patient. I'm actually surprised that people are so up on it. But I want to make sure everybody, who is willing to support us financially gets what they pay for, right? And I want to make sure everything is perfect and ready to go before. I don't want to overpromise anything. I don't want to underpromise anything. So I want to make sure it's all right and everybody agrees to the list of everything, and we'll go from there. So
yes.
That's an update. And remember, you can find all of our content on bossrushgames.com and subscribe to all of our shows at bossrushgames.com/subscribe. So, Ed, let's get into Game of the Year 2019 for Nintendo Pow Block. This is our Nintendo Game of the Year. We will have Boss Rush Games Game of the Year discussion and let everybody know what the Game of the Year is on the next episode. But this here, Nintendo Pow Block Game of the Year 2019, we're going to start with some honorable mentions. Ed, I have a few. I'm going to run down my honorable mentions real quick, and if any of these are on your list, we can kind of have a better discussion about it.
Okay. Are we doing 5 honorable mentions or just?
I mean, I don't want to do like 30 of them, but it can be somewhere between 5 and like 10-ish. Just pick a few, and if I name one, maybe you pick a different one, because I know your honorable mention list is quite long. So the first game on my list, I actually played this game a little bit because it came to Game Pass a couple weeks ago, and it is on Switch. My Friend Pedro. It's an interesting kind of acrobatic side-scrolling shooter. It feels like I'm sorry, I don't know the developer's name, but whoever made this game wanted to make a Deadpool game and didn't get the license from Marvel because it probably costs a lot of money.
Yes.
And so they made their own game, and it's about a guy who hallucinates about a talking banana, and the talking banana tells him what to do, and he goes and murders a bunch of people. But the mechanics are really cool because you can slow down time and do really cool acrobatic stunts. And like kind of the main mechanic in the game is slowing down time, pressing the left trigger to aim at one guy and use the right stick to aim at the other guy. Ed, I think you would actually really like this game.
Yeah, I've seen it. I just haven't picked it up or anything.
I played about an hour of it. It's really cool. I like the art style. I like the way like the levels are built and everything. So it's a cool game. It's kind of I if I played more of it, I don't know if it would have made my top 10, but it's definitely something you should look at if you own a Switch. So my next honorable mention is Wolfenstein Youngblood. Not because the game is fantastic or anything, but I think anything that Panic Button touches is immaculate and really well done.
Yes.
You know, we got that. I know a lot of people don't think the Doom or Wolfenstein ports are good, and that's fair. But the fact that they got them running on Switch is something that I don't think should be ignored. And I actually played through Doom 2016 on Switch when it came to Switch, right? And
Yeah.
I did not have any issues with it. I thought it ran and this is coming from somebody who isn't, up on the PC version or, really cares about frame rate as long as it's a constant frame rate, right? Like, I thought it ran well. I thought it played well. And I thought it looked pretty good in handheld. And a little muddy on TV, obviously, but, it's running at 900p. And if you're trying to play that on a 1080p or 4K TV and the textures aren't as detailed as the Xbox version, well, you got to trade off somewhere. But
Yes.
Wolfenstein Youngblood, I think, is really well done. One game on here, it didn't really come out this year it came out this year on console, but it came out a while ago on PC, is Hob Definitive Edition.
Yeah, I have that. I have that as one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, Panic Button did that port, and it's kind of like a top-down, almost Zelda-like adventure. I don't think the puzzles are nearly as creative or anything, but I really like the art direction. I really like the character designs. I think it's a really interesting game, and Panic Button also ported that game. So shout out to Panic Button because they do some really interesting work. I know they're doing the Doom Eternal port, and they're also doing another pretty major port of something to Switch. So just wanted to give that a shout out. One game I've been playing recently, Ed, which you might be interested in, I think. I'm only about an hour into it, but it's got a really interesting art style and a really cool premise, is Fell Seal the Arbiter's Mark. I know it came out on PlayStation 4 in like March, but it came out on Switch in August. It's basically a love letter to Final Fantasy Tactics.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's got a really cool art style. There's so many different characters you can have in your party. I think there's something like almost 100 characters you could have in your party.
Oh, so Suiko then.
Yeah.
but any developer.
Yeah, pretty much. But it feels a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics. Like I said, I'm only about an hour in. I heard about it on Sacred Symbols podcast, so it's really interesting. I really am enjoying it. I want to play more of it. So
yeah. Send me the name again.
Yeah, I'll
check it out.
I'll send it to you. It's $30, but it's a really long game. I doubt I'll finish it. If you want to like do a lot of the quests and everything, it's about 100 hours. So,
okay.
But it's definitely really interesting. Staying on that kind of strategy, grid-based combat war groove, the love letter to Advance Wars. Definitely really interesting art style, really cool. It's pretty difficult, to be honest with you. I kind of fell off of it because it got kind of difficult and a little, I don't know if complicated is the right word, but it got kind of overwhelming really fast. But at the end of the day, it was a really well-designed game, and I know they made some updates to it since I played it last to make it easier and just a really neat game. Crossplay, you can make and share maps, that kind of thing. So, and on PC, somebody has made an Advance Wars out of it. So, also last last shout out, not really honorable mentions because these are kind of old games, but the fact that Cuphead and Ori made their way over to Switch this year was definitely something that should be honorably mentioned, as one would say. So
and didn't realize that. Well, Ori I know was older, but I didn't know that Cuphead was like 2018. Like was an older game.
It's like 2017.
See, I thought Cuphead was 2018 because of all the delays.
2017, fall 2017, and then it'll be 2.5 years when the DLC comes out. So,
okay.
And they wanted to wait to put it on disc or on cartridge for Switch, so they could put the DLC on the cartridge with the rest of the game, and that way there would not have to be any updates or anything. So,
okay,
good on them for doing that.
Because I know I got Ori when I got Rise of the Tomb Raider in my Xbox One, because it was part of the collection. And I thought that it was 2018 for Cuphead because of all the delays, that it missed 17, and it came out in 18, like early 18. So that's why I was just like, oh, Cuphead is older than that, 2 years? I'm like, wow. Didn't even realize it.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot more to talk about, but Ed, what are some of your honorable mentions? Because I'm about 99.9% sure I missed a ton that you're about to mention. So,
well, I have between like my top 10, I have 11 to 6 to 26. So, but I won't read them all. So I'm going to actually start with my number 11, which is Katana Zero. This one is published by Devolver Digital. Really like the slowdown mechanics, and of course you're going to die at times, but you got to learn how everything goes. And then when you end the level, it shows you how everything's supposed to go and how everything looks in real time. Really fun game. Not a long one, but I really, really enjoyed it. And once again, I love the title of Katana Zero. I love that title, but I love the look of how the game looks, like the main page, the title screen. Like I would buy a poster, or like if they ever do a physical copy, I would love for that to be the physical, and just that be like in full, like just the full case, because it really is beautiful. I really do love it. Next is Box Boy and Box Girl. This one is by Nintendo. Thoroughly enjoyed this. I gotta play some more of it, because during the time, as much as I was playing it, other games was coming, and I was still playing Hook, which is another game I need to return to and finish. But like, was really enjoying it. Just think it's super cute, very clean. Enjoying the puzzles, just really loving it. And it boggles my mind on, okay, how do I get this little special crown thing? What do I have to do to get it? It makes me think, and it makes me revisit levels and replay the parts of it. But really, really enjoyed it for what it is. 13, Blazing Chrome. This is the Contra game that comes from Brazil. It's like only 4 levels, but it's really difficult, really challenging. It has a Sega Genesis vibe and quality to it, but I really, really love this game. Really having fun with it. It's kicking my tail because it's one of the games that I can't play with the analog stick, but it feels like I want to try the Pro Controller, but I feel better doing the 4-button directions on the left Joy-Con to get better handling of the game, of my characters and stuff. So it's something I still gotta learn. It's one of the games that you sit down and you learn inside out, and you make progress by learning. Like it's not a Souls game kind of learn. It's just like you got to pinpoint where things are going to be at. So it's more memorization of it. 14, Super Mario Maker 2. Really enjoy, love making levels and playing other people's levels. You can hear me and Corey talk about it. You know, he sent me some levels that I stuck with. I got through. I made comments. I wasn't frustrated a set, but I did have fun with this level. Said mine was like a clean palette, like getting through Corey's kind of challenging level, then playing mine and be like, oh, that feels so refreshing. Another level to get through. So I can't wait to return to it because I do want to do the Zelda DLC. I want to make a Zelda level and everything. And I kind of want to just get back into making levels for that game. But really did enjoy it. And plus, I got a lunchbox free from Target for it. So, like, I literally was up there at 8 o'clock when the store opened to get it. So, it's not, and I think I posted pictures of it. If not, I'll post them again in the Boss Rush Podcast Facebook community page. But you guys should like and join us there. That's where you could do also the voting for the games.
That's right. Do
yes.
Do the voting. We need your help. So
yes. Last but not least, God of Roboto. This is a Metroid style game.
Oh, that's the black and white one with the cat, right?
Yes. It's in the look of Minute, and I think it comes from the developers of Minute because it has that same style. It's a fun little Metroid style 3 to 4 hour game, but it's very challenging. I will say that it's very challenging, but I thoroughly did enjoy it. Very quirky story while you're playing the cat in the mech suit, but like I really did have fun with that game. So those are my 5 honorable mentions. Like I said, I have more, and I'll probably post those games on the community page. Because I think what I wrote down, I think a lot of people will be like, wow, you played a lot and really enjoyed it a lot. And like, yeah, I was up to like 30 games. It could have went down to more. But
yeah, I think you said you had like 21 honorable mentions at first. And I'm like,
yeah.
Let's cut that down a minute. A couple of pegs.
Yeah. So those are my 5. And like I said, I'll post the rest of it online on the Facebook group.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll just ping pong back and forth. I'm going to start with number 10, and then we'll end with number 1.
Yes.
So, my number 10 is actually quite surprising for Switch. Mortal Kombat 11 is my number 10. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with that game on Switch. Look, it's another great third-party port. And you know, is it the best place to play the game competitively? No, probably not. Was the what was it called? The Crypt the best looking space? Definitely not. Missing textures, missing, like basic things like, I don't know, skyline, clouds, anything. It's just a gray gradient in there. But overall, like, getting that game to run at 60 frames a second at 720p with little to no different noticeable difference in character models compared to the Xbox version, obviously, but like, I mean, it looked pretty good, I would say, for a game of that caliber running on the Switch. I thought the characters looked great. I loved the fighting, like, it mechanically felt great. So, I mean, Mortal Kombat 11 is a great game on the Switch. If you can't play it anywhere else, it's not a bad place to play it at all. So I can think of much worse ports.
Yeah.
So, but Mortal Kombat 11 is my number 10 on the Switch. What's your 10, Ed?
So my number 10 is Ultimate Alliance 3. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
That's my number 8. Let's have a discussion.
Yes. Really love this game. Kind of like great, kind of like a RPG aesthetic to it. Like going back through levels and grinding and everything. Uh, One of the problems that I have with it, it was just like you just dropped like Mario Maker. And now you drop in this game. No,
Dude, that was like where they dropped like 5 huge games in 2 months.
yes, it
It
is
was
just
like
like you.
it was like what was it? It was this, and then Mario Maker, then Fire Emblem, then Astral Chain,
As a chain,
then Daemon X Machina, like all in a row, and then
right?
like and then I mean
Links,
that's
then
just
links,
and then
right?
Link's
Links.
Awakening. So six
It
big
did.
games in less than 3 months. Like
Then you had on top of that, just even with other consoles, you had Gears 5, you had Borderlands 3, you had Dragon Quest 11, you had to get ready for Luigi's Mansion. You got like there was a lot dropping within that time frame.
yes, yes, there
Like
was.
even yeah, like me and Jesse, we jumped into Remnant from the Ashes. I was a little bit late, but I'm like that was in August when Astral Chain was about to come out, and it was just like, how do I play all of these? Like you're jumping through 7 to 8 games per day,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But
It was a little crazy there for a while. It was hard to keep up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just man, there were a lot of great games there. And look, I wasn't even planning on getting Marvel Ultimate Alliance, right? Like I was planning on saving. Like it was during that time when Nintendo was providing those vouchers for $100, right? You get 2 games for $100 or whatever. And I think I got Mario Maker with one, and I was gonna save it for either Dragon Quest 11 or Astral Chain or something down the line, right? And everybody just kept talking about how good Marvel Ultimate Alliance was, like how surprised they were. I'm like, well, I got this voucher. Do I use it? So I used it, and I played a lot of it, right? Like I was
yes,
pleasantly surprised. I think the only reason why I put it down is because Fire Emblem came out, and
yeah,
I haven't gone back to it, but like the X-Men DLC just came out, and I'm really thinking about going back to it.
yes. Well, definitely for me, it was just like the way that we watched the Game Awards last year and seeing, okay, Switch, Marvel. Wait, Switch and Marvel, Nintendo and Marvel. Okay, what is this? Okay, I like this action. And the moment you said, "Is this Ultimate Alliance?" I'm like, they can't be. And then it said Ultimate Alliance 3. And I'm like, wait, what? And it was, and don't forget, we're not getting the Square Enix Marvel game.
I know.
So this makes up for it. And it was just like, yeah, like this thing so switches and it kind of so well, and people really enjoyed it. There's pictures of it. People showing that they bought the game. I think I got a picture showing that I bought the game and everything. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I gotta go back and like finish it. But it's just like it's one of those games that you get a new character, and you want to get them power up so you can like really explore with them.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
it's really fun trying to find like characters that work well together, like
Yes.
finding teams that kind of work well. Like there were characters that I never thought I would use that I used a lot, and then characters that I wanted to use that were just like not very good. Like I wanted to use Captain America, right? And
Yes.
I didn't really care for how Captain America worked, but like then you unlock like Storm, and like I mean I knew Storm was going to be awesome, but then there's another character, Cat, right, where I was like, who is this? I don't even know who this character is, right? And you get her in there, and she's like a ranged character that can fly and heal. I'm like, oh well, she's actually pretty good on my team, right? So I started using her, and then you unlock all the Spider-Man characters, and you're like, well, I don't know if I really care for these characters, but the Hulk is pretty powerful, so I'm going to use the Hulk. So I ended up using like for a lot of the time I was using like Wolverine, Hulk, Cat, and like Scarlet Witch, right? Because like I liked having two characters that could hover and use ranged attacks and heal, right? So,
Yes.
and then Hulk is just powerful, like you just can't stop him. So that was like my team a lot, and I'm like, the only character I really care about on this team is Wolverine, but all these other characters are awesome. So, but yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance was a nice surprise for me, and I really enjoyed my time with it. So,
Yes.
but yeah, that was my number 8. So I guess I'll go to my number 9, unless you have anything else to say about Marvel.
Oh no, I am definitely going to end. It's going to probably be part of my BRG challenge, because I am going to go back and I am going to finish it. Like I said, it's just a whole bunch of other games came and played it, and it was great that Nintendo, Tecmo, and Marvel came together to make this game, that Marvel was so open to be like, yeah, do whatever y'all want, like, here,
yeah, I'm quite surprised. I really enjoyed. I was just pleasantly surprised. It's nice to have a nice surprise when you're kind of like, because like it kind of had that art style of the mobile fighting game, right? And some people were like, oh man, is this going to be just like another bad kind of tie-in because the movie's coming out or whatever, like, because it kind of revolved around Thanos and the Black Order, and Endgame was coming out and everything. Like, I think a lot of people just thought that you were going to get a crappy Marvel game because the movie was coming out, right? And it turned out not to be the case. So,
yeah. Before we go to the next one, I just want to say that it always feels good when Tecmo Kobe works with Nintendo making games. There's something about there's a polish, and their quality is better than them just making something. Tecmo Kobe just making something on their own. So just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
But go ahead, go.
Okay, my number 9 is NBA 2K 20. It's not something I really talk about a lot, because people don't listen to Nintendo podcasts, so listen about basketball, right? Like, it's one of those comfort games that you play when you're watching TV or whatever. And I think 2K has done a great job of porting this game to Switch and making it feel like the experience you get on the other consoles. Like, I think the character or the player models look great. I think everything just runs great. Crowd doesn't look great, but I'm not playing the game to watch some polygonal guy throw popcorn at the ref or whatever, right? Like, I'm here to play basketball. It does the basketball very well. It does everything, like the franchise modes and some of the other stuff. It does it really well. This is actually where a lack of features kind of benefits the game, because it doesn't really do a lot of the online stuff that the other game, like the PS4 and Xbox One versions do, like the microtransactions or whatever. Like, it has that in it, but it's like really rough. So like, whatever. I wouldn't recommend it, but it does the basketball stuff well, and it plays well, and I love it. I think sports games are secretly the best on Switch, right? Like, and I heard on a couple podcasts I was listening to today, because MLB The Show, we talked about it last week, right? Where MLB The Show is coming to Switch and Xbox One as early as 2021, and a lot of people think it's going to sell the best on Switch, because baseball is like that game's just great. And a lot, like, it was when they were releasing it on Vita and PSP, it was one of the best selling games on those platforms. And people just I think people want sports games on a mobile device, right? Like, that's why Madden on phones is so popular, right? And even though we got a crappy version of FIFA this year, right? Like, that game still sold very well on Switch, and when you came and I got FIFA on Switch, like, it looked great, it ran great, it was fun, like, it was awesome. So I think sports games are missing on Switch, and that's sad, but I think 2K has done a great job of getting the NBA fans what they wanted on this console. So
Yeah, I think the MLB was smart to allow Sony to be like, you know what, put this on the other platforms. Of course, money and stuff. But I think more people are going to be bringing their Switches if they're taking the car or the bus
well,
to
even if
actual baseball show.
yeah, like if you if you're at a baseball game, like you take your Switch in between innings and you're just sitting there playing like your season while you're watching a game, like that sounds. I mean, I know a lot of people won't do that, but that sounds fun. Like I think that would be fun to go to a baseball game and take MLB The Show to a game. So
Yeah.
But yeah, NBA 2K20, it's great. So
Yeah.
what's your number 9, Ed?
So my number 9 is Wargroove. And I picked Wargroove because I laughed so much at the cutscenes. Like the writing is good in this game. It's super funny. Enjoyed the combat. Kind of love the animation. Yeah, it gets a little bit difficult, but sometimes if you stick with it, if you think about it, think it through, you can make it through. So Road Groove is I can't say much more for it. I think it's time for Nintendo to do Advance Wars, and I literally have a feeling that may be the surprise game for the next Nintendo Direct. I think Nintendo watched to see how World Group was doing. I believe it did satisfactory to the developers because a lot of people did pick it up, and I think they'll be like, you know what, we need another filler game for 2020, and I think Advance Wars would be a perfect choice. Even if they want to do a Game Boy Advance collection and put it on Switch, $40-$50. You could just do it digitally eShop. People will go crazy about this and buy it. Like I could just see headlines and people be like, I remember playing this game back in the day, and now that it's available, I can't wait to play this with friends or in a car and stuff like that. So World Groove is number 9 for me.
Dude, I not to derail the conversation, but I mean, this sounds like a conversation we're gonna have at some point anyway. But I don't want to have it here. But there's 2 things that people are talking about, and that's obviously Intelligent Systems doing a new Advance Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is that the Xenoblade team it's a light rumor. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, and it's like one of those Reddit rumors you see, but the Xenoblade team doing Golden Sun. All right, my number 8 is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 that we talked about already. Ed, what's your number 8?
Okay, so you mentioned Golden Sun. I'm sorry. I don't think Golden Sun is owned by Nintendo though, so that's why I would find it weird. But I'm for it if it happens. But number 8, Sayonara Wild Hearts. Beautiful music. I really love the intro. Like the intro is so relaxing and so vibe. I put online that music this year had a great vibe to it. There was something relaxing, and I still stand by this, even though this is a Nintendo game. Devil May Cry 5's shop menu, definitely give that a listen. Just listen to it, like it's so good. But like Sayonara Wild Hearts, I like the fact on how quirky it is. Has a great pop soundtrack to it. Like really has some really good grooves. Really easy to get into and play. Not too long of a game, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It became one of my most anticipated games from 2018. Because once again, seeing it at the Game Awards, I'm like, what is this? I love it. I need this. Like, and hearing the music, like you could just see me not solve it or anything, but I was just literally in love with it. And I'm like, I must have this. And if nobody else doesn't want to support it, I will support it. Like I enjoy Sayonara Wild Hearts, So yeah,
definitely one of those games a lot of people were talking about. Where did they show that first?
They showed that at the Game Awards.
Yeah, last year, right? Like that was one of the big things from last year.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people were talking about it, and then I know it was one of the big things for Apple Arcade that they were pushing, because Sayonara Wild Hearts was the launch title for that. So, yeah, I agree. Like I thought that game has a really cool art style. Like the soundtrack is pretty good. So, yeah, it's one of those games I would like to play eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it.
And even though this is not on the list because it's not a 2019, please, everybody, if you got Just Shapes and Beats, play the Shovel Knight DLC.
Right now, so
pick it up on sale. Play the Shovel and Knight or Shovel something. Like the Shovel Knight and that music in that game it's
Shovel Knight's music in general is
it's fantastic.
Amazing.
Phenomenal. It's like straight perfection. Hearing it Just Shapes and Beats, I was just like, I need a soundtrack of this, like physical, like it's bunkers good.
Yeah, Shovel Knight's music's just amazing, and Just Shapes and Beats. Like I saw it at PAX, and it was just that whole booth was just awesome. So, all right, my number 7, the surprise game of the year for me. Something. One of those games you just buy on a whim because it's $2 on the eShop. You guys knew it was coming. Hook.
Yes.
Is my number 7. Just a peaceful little puzzle game. It's $1.09 on the eShop right now. It's just
blame you.
I know. Dude, I got so many people hooked on that game.
I got that game and I literally played 5 hours straight on a Sunday after buying it.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
Yes.
It's basically lockpick the game, but you just got to get the hooks out of the slots, and if you mess up, you reset, and you got to do it again. It's really fun. It's really peaceful. There's not really it's a really simple art style, but it works. It's just a fun little game. There is a quick look of it up on our YouTube page from when it was the Nintendo Pow Block YouTube page. If you want to see what it's about, I think it's about 15 minutes of Hook. So please check it out. It's a fun game. It's really cheap. It's $2. So it's just a fun puzzle game. I'm glad I got it, and it had to make our list. So Hook is my number 7.
The crazy thing about it is that when you hear when you actually got that hook loose and it went all the way through and it disappeared, it makes you happy like a little kid. You're just like, yes.
Or like when you get to like the end of one and you're like, you have like 2 or 3 steps left, like when you're like really far into the game, and you realize that you forgot to do something, and you just see the hook go and move back, and then it resets the whole puzzle, and your whole just like it's the worst feeling. But then when you solve one of those big ones, those really hard ones, especially when they start like having like the different circuits where you have to like match the shape of the button to the shape of the other button, and you have to like figure out it's so good. So Hook is my number 7.
Yes.
And
like I said,
what is your number 7?
So you're going to probably be surprised by this one. Boy. Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Wow, I'm surprised it's on your list at all.
Yes. I am. I do. Like I said, I enjoy Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Like sucks. I had
Spoilers.
to wait 3.
I started a new game.
Yes. Well, we expected you to start a new game. That was expected. I got Blue House, and I really love this game. I once again, other stuff came in and took the time away from me.
Yeah, but it's games that you loved, right? Like Astral Chain and Daemon X Machina took you away from Fire Emblem, whereas Zelda took me away from Fire Emblem. So
yeah. And it's not to say that Fire Emblem is like, I think Fire Emblem I think it was one of the highest rated games of 2018. Like there was a lot of 9.0s and 9.5s. Even people on Metacritic was trying to take the score down and that controversy and stuff. But it really is a phenomenal game. It probably is my second best because I didn't do all of Fates or anything, which I really need to get back to. But I really love the characters. I love the music. The combat makes me really think. So sometimes, like, even if I lose that whole fight, I go back and I figure out what I should do better and everything. And I'll make it through that second or third time. But it's just like being in this game, like, I truly love it and everything. And I'm still kind of far into the intro. Like I said, other things at the time. But it's one of the games that literally sold out everywhere physically, and you had to wait almost a week and a half to see which stores have it, and even that second sale sold out. Like it was bonkers on how this game sold so well.
That's why I pre-ordered it.
I pre-ordered it too, and look what happened.
Yeah.
So, Fire Emblem Three Houses is my number 7. Terrific game. I know it's probably going to be higher on a lot of other people's page. But like, it really is a phenomenal game. It's really a fantastic game, and I'm surprised it's not getting a lot of Game of the Year awards since it really was maybe one of the highest rated games of 2019, and it sold very well. So
yeah, it's definitely one of the it's a special game. Talk about it a little bit later, but I'm just gonna move on to my number 6 because I know we kind of talked about it a little bit already. But Super Mario Maker 2 is my number 6. As someone who didn't get into Mario Maker 1 hardly at all, Mario Maker 2. According to my Nintendo stats this year, was my third highest played game this year, which is, something. I built a ton of levels. I played a lot of people's levels. Like, it was really fun to go in and just mess around, and I think this game was kind of divisive a little bit. Not that it wasn't a quality game for everybody, but like, people really missed that second screen of the Wii U. Whereas people who didn't play the Wii U version really enjoyed this game a lot more than people that played the Wii U version, right? Like I have a pressure sensitive stylus to build levels with, right? Like I went out and got one. I thought the interface was really intuitive. I really like playing it in handheld mode. Actually playing it in TV mode actually hindered my experience because the touchscreen controls work so well, and the Pro controller has quite a bit of input lag. So I don't know if they fixed that in an update or anything, but I tried to play because some people were making really hard levels and I was playing them and I was like, I wonder if I'll have better chances with like a D-pad or like a proper controller, right? And I put it in. I was like, wow, this input lag is extremely noticeable. I'm going back to handheld mode. So yeah, it's a really cool game. I'm glad they added that Zelda DLC to it. And I actually, yesterday, I was playing around with a lot of games and I updated a lot of the games that I haven't updated in a while. And that was one of them because I want to go back and check it out. So Mario Maker 2, if you're looking for a gift to give someone, this is a good one. So, what's your number 6, Ed?
Number 6 is Luigi's Mansion 3. Great, fantastic game, really funny. Toad driving the bus, still don't know how, still laugh about it, and like once again, like you see that there's even some memes, and people just putting pictures of Toad driving the bus.
Dude, he drives like a maniac. I'm sorry. But like even before like even when it like zooms out and you see him like swerving all over the road,
Yeah,
who lets him drive? Who gave that man a driver's license?
I don't know, but I howled in laughter. I had to pause the game for a good 5 minutes and crack up. I went on Twitter. One of my Twitter friends, Chad Caselmo, he used to be a writer at Destructoid. I had to hit him up and like tell him, I'm like, why is Toad driving the bus? And this is probably one of the funniest things of 2019 that I ever seen. And he said, I know. And everybody just like showing up pictures of Toad driving. But the amount of detail in Luigi's Mansion, like when you get into the hotel and you start it and you see the eyes follow you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, wow. It gets a little bit challenging later on in the game. The controls really you got to get used to. They're not fantastic in a sense, because I don't know, the GameCube version and the 3DS version, the controls work fine. They were really well done, and I don't know why in this one it's not like it's not hitting it. It takes a while to learn. But overall, like, I really am enjoying it. It's still funny. I like the bosses. I like, figuring out where the ghost is at and making my way around the hotel in it. So yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3 definitely it's probably the only Nintendo game I don't have physically, because I bought it digitally and I just did an update for it. So I got to find out what new stuff came to it. But overall, yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3 is my number 6.
That's gonna be after I finish some of these. After we finish our Game of the Year stuff, because tomorrow at some point I'll probably play a little bit of Control. I want to finish Control, but after I finish Control, Luigi's Mansion, I think, as I progress through my backlog, that's going to be the first one I go to sit down and really just spend time with, because like I really feel like Luigi's Mansion 3 would have been on my list if I wasn't invested in so many other games at once, because the thing that I don't really care about in Luigi's Mansion is the controls, the controls, and I want to try the alternate control system, and then I want to play with I want to sit and play on my TV, right? And I really feel like Luigi's Mansion 3 would have been on my list if I would have just given it time and actually sat with the controls and gave it a shot. Like I said, I only played for about an hour, and it wasn't in the ideal situation. I was laying in bed, I was tired, and the controls just were kind of funky, because that's just how the game is, right? And Nintendo wants you to, for better or for worse, Nintendo wants you to play their games the way they design them, right? And Luigi's Mansion, I feel, is the epitome of one of those games, and I just need to sit down and play it that way. So,
yes.
Should I move on to my number 5?
Yes.
Okay. One of my favorite series, spawning from the 3DS into this sequel, Box Boy plus Box Girl, is just a charming little puzzle game. It's just there's nothing really to say about it. It's just more Box Boy, if you know what that is. If not, you're just you're a little box, and you create boxes to solve puzzles to get to the end of a level, right? It's that simple, but it takes that simplicity and makes it super complex at points, to the point where you're like really knocking your head against the wall. And like, I was playing this one level last night before I went to bed, and partially falling asleep while I was playing it. But like, I was like, I want to get 3 stars on the stage, right? And how do you do that? You have to use the least amount of blocks possible and collect all the crowns. Well, I slept on it, and then when I got home today, I figured, I just instantly just did it, right? Like, it's one of those games where you can just, I love that game. It's so charming. The art style is fun. The sound effects are very new age retro, I would say, kind of like it really has like a updated Super Nintendo sound to it. The
Yes.
music is fun. It's just a fun game. It's $15. It might even be on sale on the eShop this week for Christmas. So if you haven't checked it out, just look up a Let's Play for it. It's just really fun. I might actually record some of these games that people don't really know about. I might update the Hook quick look. I might do a Box Boy one and some of these other games. I just
Can I
want.
say Box Boy and Box Girl is maybe one of the games that everybody like. It feels like it's a game you just need to buy day one. It deserves to be on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
know.
mean, it is a Nintendo published game. You know, it's
Yes.
from the creators of Kirby, so it's. I mean, it has that same kind of whimsical style that Kirby has, right? So, yeah. I mean, I recommend it to everybody who, especially if you're into side scrollers and puzzlers. Like, it's just a charming game. So
Yes.
it kind of like when I'm playing it, not that it's the same type of game, but it gives me that same feeling as when I was playing Snipper Clips, right? Like it
Yes.
just makes you smile, it makes you laugh when you mess up, and it's just so good. Ed, what's your number 5?
So my number 5. No, and I had to actually think about this because I had to take some stuff down, put some stuff up, move it around, and without a shadow of a doubt, and if it hurts me, it pains me, but because the other stuff that I put on my list means a little bit more to this game, but Link's Awakening, I had to put as number 5, and
Link's Awakening is
it's
my number 4. So
yeah, it's such a beautiful, wonderful game.
yeah,
Like it's
it's.
very. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Corey.
I was just gonna say it's just it's just it just screams, and yeah, some of the mechanics are dated. Yeah, some of the dialogue and some of the levels are kind of stuck in the 90s or whatever, but it just the art style and like the
Yes.
movements and just like it just everything about it reminds me of why people love Nintendo. Like
Yes.
it's just charming and the music is amazing and the characters are fun and the interactions you have throughout the world are fun. And I know a lot of people were complaining about frame rates and whatever. Didn't hinder my experience because
Same here.
I'm not gonna
Didn't.
lie, I didn't really like. Okay, when I walked into the town, like it slowed down a little bit, but like they took this grid based level design from the original and turned it into an open world, right? Like
Yes.
and yeah, it had to overcompensate in some places, and who cares, right? It's loading the area. Sorry, whoa, like I look. I
Trust me.
love.
There's been big AAA games that's low worser than Link's Awakening that has a terrible frame rate even after 5 patches. So what they did with Link's Awakening doesn't compare to some of the other big name projects on other consoles and other developers.
Yeah. So I mean,
No.
Link's Awakening is definitely.
It's
It's. I mean, I know it's
it's
not.
captivating, dude. Like
Yeah.
it makes you feel like it's a new adventure if you never played this game on the regular Game Boy or Game Boy Color version. But for those who did play this game, it's just like there's a enjoyment and satisfaction and a wow factor. And it's just like this art style is beautiful, and it just makes you talk about it. And really, you end up appreciating it more. It's
And
just be like,
something.
I
Oh.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And something that isn't even talked about enough either is just not just like the music and the soundtrack, but just the overall sound design. When like you move into a
Yes,
new area and like the music's kind of quiet, right? And it changes depending on where you are on the map, and just some of the creatures, like when they spot you, just the little sounds it makes when they catch you or whatever. It's just What a game. It's
Yes.
like, is it the best 2D Zelda game? No, but it more than makes up for it with the designs and the art and just the charm that it oozes, So
There's a love and attention to detail with this game, and it's a game that anybody could pick up and play. And yes, Untitled Goose Game did sell 100,000 copies, but Link's Awakening sold 4 million, and most of that 4 million was physical. So
yeah, I mean, but you're comparing Zelda to a relatively unknown indie game, so
well, yeah. I'm just saying that Goose Game was getting a lot of praise at the time that it came out, and like not so much Link's Awakening. But then you look at the numbers at Link's Awakening, and you see the love that people have for this game, and kind of on different people list that, like it's something that you gonna go back to. And plus, the amiibo is so cute. Like I have my Link of me. You looking up to yours too?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really. I wish I had more amiibo, and I wish I had more places to put them. But the Zelda ones are ones that I'm always gonna get, and those ones are just, they're great.
Wow. Yes.
So
yeah, my 5 was Link's Awakening. Your 4 was
my 4 was Link's Awakening. So
my 4 is gonna be Pokemon Sword and Shield. Truly love this game. Love capturing the Pokemon. This Dynamaxing, this battles with my friends on Twitter. Like really enjoyed this game, and I have my Gruko to his final level. So of course I'm always grass type, grass for life. And I still haven't beat this game. I'm literally at the 4th gym. The grind is real, dude. The capturing and the grind is real. I believe I'm gonna go in and try to beat the game by the end of the year. And I also got the collection, so I have Sword and Shield. So I'll probably be able to breeze through Shield without no problem. But yeah, Pokemon Sword, definitely a Game of the Year contender. Definitely my number 4. Like really, really love this game.
yeah.
And I said I was gonna start with Sword, and so that's me.
Yeah, I would like to get one of those games at some point. Will I? I hope so, but not 100% sure yet. So we'll see. But my number 3 would probably be higher if I was farther into it. I did play a little bit this past week. Sorry. Shovel Knight King of Cards. It's just, I at the beginning I was like, man, I don't know if I like this mechanic compared, because Spectre Knight was so good, right? Like,
Yes.
Spectre of Torment was just, it's the best campaign out of the package. I still say that. I'm not done with King of Cards, but I think I can definitively say that. Just the mechanics and the way the movement works in that game and everything. So basically in King of Cards, which is, for those who don't know, if you have Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, you get all the campaigns and Showdown. This is a prequel story to Shovel Knight where King Knight is not yet the king, and he cons his way into becoming king. And this is the story of him conning his way to becoming king by playing cards against other characters in the game. And there's platforming levels, like traditional platforming levels, but there's also a card game that actually kind of reminds me of Triple Triad from Final Fantasy IX, where
Yes.
like you have to get cards that slide the other cards out of the way, and then whoever has cards left on the table wins. And when you win, you get to pick a card from the other character's deck, and you just kind of keep building your cards up until you have a powerful deck that you can just annihilate people with. I don't really care for the card stuff, but the platforming is still top notch in the movement and everything. So, and that's just me. It's not that the card game is bad. It's just I don't care for card games in general. So Although I did play a lot of Triple Triad in Final Fantasy 9. So, anyways, yeah, King of Cards is a nice send off for the Shovel Knight package. And if you haven't played Shovel Knight, what are you doing with your life? That's all I have to say. It's fantastic.
Yes.
This actually made me want to go back and finish the Plague Knight campaign, which is the only campaign I haven't finished at this point. So I haven't finished King of Cards either, but you know what I mean, like just the previous ones. So yeah, and actually the treasure trove is on sale right now.
Nice.
So you can actually get that pretty cheap. So Ed, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Astro Chain.
A
Truly,
game that was truly a surprise this year, I think, to a lot of people. I mean, I know a lot of people were gonna play it because it's platinum, right?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people were surprised at how good this game was.
Yeah, like no one knew that Platinum and Nintendo was making this. Like they literally showed it at the Spring Direct of this year, and they were just like, "Yep, the game will be out." They showed it in at E3. Like, "Yep, the game will be out in August." Wait, what? Like this game is almost done to be out. Like we had no idea that this game was working. And it is a Nintendo-owned game because they paid Platinum to make it. But yeah, like the combat system, it still takes a while to get used to. But like once you get used to it, and the dodging and the fighting and everything, it's like this is pure Platinum action. And I love the character kind of created that you could do. And like really like that, like the detective stuff that you could find and like trying to find out what's going on before you get into the different stages in the game. But like the fighting is really fun. I can't wait to see what they do for Bayonetta. I don't think what they did with Astral Chain, I think some of the ideas that they had in it, they're going to do for Bayonetta. And everything, so I can't really wait to see. Beautiful art style, great gameplay, consistent frame rate. Like there's no drops or anything in it. Like it's a really amazing cel shaded fun game, and I definitely love it. That intro sequence to the game, though, yeah, probably one of the Platinum's best. Like I thought the airplane sequence, the intro, so Bayonetta 2 was bunkers and crazy. This one is like action packed. I'm like, yep, this is pure Platinum, and I need more of this. Like, I actually love this, which is literally funny because reason why I say pure Platinum. Anyone who's played Near Automata, of course, you got the action that's straight Platinum, but some of the shooting stuff feels like it's a treasure game, and I'm just like, wait a minute, this is not Platinum's motive. This is none of this could come from Platinum because Platinum doesn't do shooting games. Definitely if it feels like a treasure game, no, this is not Platinum. Someone for Square Enix had to work this into the game. So, but yeah, I like Astral Chain, yes, and it's another game that got highly rated and hopefully sold well. Like a lot of people enjoyed and loved this game.
Yeah. I downloaded it and I haven't touched it. I need to get to it. It's on my list, man. It's on the list. That's all I can say right now. It's on the list.
Your support matters.
Yeah. All right. My number 2 is going to surprise you, and it actually surprised me that it made my list at all. But it's a game that I have not put down since I purchased it. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I liked the first game. I didn't love it, but I liked what it was going for, right? Like his kind of throwback banjo style thing, 3D kind of platformer, collectathon, whatever. It was good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't good. Or it wasn't great, but it was good, right? Like it was a good first attempt. It was banjo on a budget, you would say. And I played on Switch. It was good. I really liked what I played of it. Let's just say the 2D style for Ukulele is definitely the way they should keep going. It
Yes.
is it is the one of the best 2D platformers I've played this side of New Super Mario Brothers on Switch. It takes everything that people like about Donkey Kong Country and makes it good. I'm sorry, Donkey Kong Country it was an interesting game at the
It's a
time.
game of its time.
Yeah, and dude, it is so good. It's so good, man. And like moving through the overworld is like a top-down, almost like Zelda dungeon where like you have
Yes.
to solve puzzles to get to the next level. It is so good, and the
Dude,
animations and
I
like
literally am mad that I couldn't get it for Switch because it was soda. I'm probably am gonna double dip to get it for Switch, because the Xbox version was sold out because I got the first one on it. I had to end up getting the game on PlayStation 4, and I wanted the Switch version. Right after Black Friday, that's when the stores decided to get all these copies, and it was just like you needed this when the Black sales was happening. Like, yeah,
dude,
yeah,
I it I don't even know how to explain how good it is. It's just that good. And like there's a $3 DLC pack that you can get that you can like change a lot of the way the game looks and feels, and it's almost like when you would play GoldenEye and you as you progress through the game and did certain achievements or certain objectives, and like it would unlock like the cheat codes. Like there's a $3 pack that you can download. It's called the Toxic Tonic pack or whatever, and like it literally like you can make the game black and white. You can make it retro looking. You can like make the game easier or harder, like not like as in difficulty levels, but just like things you could add to the game to like make it more challenging, or make some funny things happen on the screen. It's just this game, Platonic really nailed it this time.
yes.
Like they just they found their groove with this game, and I hope whatever happens with Ukulele next, I hope it is more of this, right? Like it is, boy, I'm so pleasantly surprised with this game. And I was like I was on the fence about getting it. So I was like I liked the first game, but like 2D platformers, I played enough of that. I'm playing Shovel Knight right now. Do I really need it? And then it was on sale. I think it was like $20, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna play it. And I played that first level, and I couldn't put it down. It's so good. Oh,
Yeah,
Ukulele and the
it's
Impossible Layer is so good.
I put it down because I'm playing it on PlayStation because I had to try all the other games. I cannot wait to get back to it. It feels like it was a shorter development time for this one.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
I mean,
because it was 2D.
well, they used a lot of the same assets from the first game and just put it in a 2D plane, right? And it's like, I know it doesn't necessarily like mean the game is going to be a shorter development, but like you could tell it's the Ukulele model from the first game.
Yes.
It's the bosses from the first game, right? It's the enemy types from the first game. All the models are the models from the first game. They just built a 2D game around it instead of a 3D game. So,
Yes,
it's so good. I
it
love
really is.
I
It
love
really
the
is.
charm and the ooze, the like oozing from this game, and like just like the dumb dirty jokes that they make. Like
Yes.
like if you're a kid playing it, it's gonna go it's like a Disney or Pixar movie, right? Where like they will make jokes that the parents will get that the kids won't, right? It's and Trouser is back. Rextro 64 is back. Like all of your favorite characters from that first game are in here, and it's just please, like, just support Platonic and please purchase this game. That's like,
Yes.
I know I've said that a few times on this show, but like there are games that just definitely deserve to see love that maybe aren't getting it, and this is one of those games.
It's really good. It really is a good game.
It almost like this game, honestly, if they were going to make another 2D Donkey Kong game, I would want Nintendo to say, "Hey, can you make a Tropical Freeze like third game, right, in a 2D Donkey Kong space, I would fully trust Playtonic to do that.
Yeah,
That's what this game feels like. Like it feels like a not that it's like a simple game, but it feels like a simplified version of Tropical Freeze almost.
Yes,
but it plays better. I'm sorry, I don't think Donkey Kong plays well. I like Tropical Freeze, but I Mario is the superior of the two in every way.
but I think the Donkey Kong Country series have a formula to them, and they're supposed to be challenging. That's the way that those games were designed.
No, I'm not talking about the challenge though. I'm talking about just like movement and jumping.
Well, yeah,
you know,
that's part of the Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, I know.
I will agree with you. And when you said that, like, if they was going to do a third game, let Playtonic do it. Yes, because Retro is busy right now. They don't got time to be fooling around with anything
Retro's
else.
Got to get these Metroid games done, dude. They gotta HDify that trilogy, and they gotta give me Metroid Prime 4, which I can just hear Joey Ferris screaming in his house like. Yeah, dude, if they don't say something about Metroid next year, he's just gonna like, I don't know, man. He's just gonna shut down.
He's gonna have words.
Yeah. So, Ed, what's your number 2? I feel like I went on a little too long about Yooka-Laylee, but it was like, it's the biggest surprise of the year for me, to be honest with you.
Dude, it deserves. Like, it deserves to be on a Game of the Year list on how good. And like I said, I only played a little bit of it, but the controls are so tight.
Yeah.
Like you said, the writing is funny. I can't wait to get more to the overworld because I really want to explore and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it really is good. I think the thing about it is it's just I'm sad at myself that I had to get the PlayStation version and not the Nintendo version.
Yeah.
Play anywhere that you can. Like you said, Team 17 and Playtonic need to support. Play it on any console PC that you can. This games deserve more recognition.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it doesn't have it.
Actually, the overworld puzzles kind of remind me a little bit of the Mario plus Rabbids overworld puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Just, small little puzzle here, move these blocks, maybe put it on this button or whatever. But yeah, that's my number 2. What's your number 2, Ed?
Without a shadow of a doubt, everybody who knows me, it's been probably my most anticipated game for the Nintendo Switch. Even not yet with Breath of the Wild 2, but Daemon X Machina. Like, it's a given. Great gameplay. Love the flying. Love the shooting. The customization is bonkers good. Really crazy. Just love. And the free DLC, the content, like The Witcher being in it. Like, This is crazy. Like, what is they doing?
That Witcher DLC, man, that's a interesting choice for that game. Not that I'm hating on the choice, right? Like, just interesting.
Weird things happen. But yeah, like, really, I feel like, because I was talking about how the flying in Anthem is good, but I feel like the flying is better in Daemon X Machina because it was easier to get into than Anthem was. But yeah, the graphics, the fighting, just like the music, like everything about this, of course, is straight Japanese, it's straight Armored Core-ish, I should say. But it's one of the mega games that I wish it had more visibility. And the box cover is, I love the box cover of this. Like, I want a shirt or I need a poster of it. I got to see if they got some Daemon X Machina merchandise so I can order. Of course, the controller that came, that people were able to buy.
That massive one?
Yeah. But people were been using it for other stuff too, and they said it works very well. Like, I know
Todd Oxtra has it. Like, and I know he likes it because it's comfortable.
And Ray has it.
Yeah, like
yes.
I've been thinking about getting it just because it has like a proper D-pad and it looks like an Xbox controller, and I'm like, that's kind of want that. So
yes, so yeah, like, and it was crazy, dude, that GameStop didn't even have it. I had to go to Best Buy to get it, and it was just like, Best Buy's the only one that has this game. What?
Give my
Like,
Best Buy. Anything you want or need, my Best Buy will have it because nobody goes there.
wow.
Like they still have like remember when like remember when the Dark Souls guides, like the hardback guides, were going on eBay and Amazon for like $80 and $90?
Yeah.
My Best Buy had them like on clearance because they wouldn't sell. They were like they were literally like $5 and $6. So I bought like one of each and left them sealed, and I'm like kind of regretting buying them, but at the same time I'm whatever.
It's a collector's item.
But those yeah, my Best Buy, just if you need it, it's probably there.
Yes. So Dirty, Demon X Machina is my number two. I'm sad that it didn't really get the love that it did get. Average reviews from different places, but it met my expectations. I love this game. Like, it's probably one of the greatest of all time for me. Is like in one of those lists. It's probably my number one mecha game of all time. If I play any other mecha games, because I played Armored Core before, I played some of the games in that series. I think this one, I didn't get a chance to play Virtual On or anything, but like Demon X Machina, yeah, I'm weebo for it. Like, I love this game. So my number two is Demon X Machina.
Nice. Well, I mean, I guess it's no surprise that my number one game is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yeah.
It's actually, not only is it my favorite game this year, but it's my second favorite game on the Switch in general, behind Breath of the Wild. Not only from like, the gameplay is just, it's second to none in the strategy genre for me, right? Like I think building your units out and figuring out what units work well together and everything, but like it was a story that I actually cared about. Like I played a lot of the 3DS ones, but it wasn't like the stories were like, A plus writing or anything. It was very just run of the mill Japanese Fire Emblem writing. Like it's just like what you expect from something like that. But in this game, it was like, it had those Persona elements where you were doing stuff during the school day or whatever, and each week you had to choose your time wisely to accomplish different tasks, and getting your students to have camaraderie with each other and everything, and watching those relationships unfold between the three houses. Like, they become friends, right? And they're friends, and they joke around with each other, they eat lunch together, they study together, that kind of thing, right? And recruiting characters from the other houses to join your house is something you can do, but like just watching their relationships unfold in the first half of the game compared to the second half of the game, where like, okay, you've built relationships with these characters, but each house represents a different thought and different belief from a different empire, and the goal of the game is to have the side you choose become the dominant empire, but that comes with consequences, and like you feel those consequences because you are literally killing your friends for what you believe in. And like it just has this, and I know a lot of people probably won't pay that much attention to the story, right? Because it's, they're playing it for the strategy and everything, and that's,
Yeah.
that's what I was playing it for too. But like when you're really getting into it, and like you're kind of like see points of view from all sides, right? That's the point of the game, is like you choose the house, and when you play through it each time, right, like choose a different house and you see that perspective of the story. But like just watching, like the thought of just like killing your friends for what you believe in is like just something that I'm glad that, real life we don't have to do things like that, because like there's a lot of people in this world that believe different things, but we don't have to like. There are people that fight for us, right? That let us do what we're doing now, and like it was just like this really weird sadness while I was finishing that game, like realizing that you're literally murdering your friends to win, and it's almost like, does it really have to be this way? Like, is there a way you could have prevented that by recruiting all the students, right? Or is there a way that you could do this where you could only power through, one faction or the other? Like it just, it was a really almost powerful experience playing through this game. And like, I know a lot of people aren't going to feel what I feel playing through this game, right? But like, I did feel that, and it was, I think that more than anything is why this game is my game of the year. Is just the way the game made me feel emotionally.
Yes.
So, I mean, no surprise, Fire Emblem's my game of the year, but the reason why it's my game of the year might surprise people. So, yeah, it was a good game. Also, romancing students is a little weird, but gotta get that extra cutscene in there. So, Dorothea all the way. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of already had your view on Fire Emblem. Do you have anything else you want to say about it before we move to your number one?
Nope.
No. Okay. Ed, what's your number one game for the Nintendo Switch? What is your Nintendo Switch game of the year? That retro code, Eddie V. Game of the year.
Without a...
You already named all the games I thought you were going to pick.
Yes.
Like, I thought, honestly, I thought Astral Chain or Daemon X Machina or Zelda, right? Like, those were my three choices for you. And I'm like, you already named all those.
Yes. But, boss, we worked on this project for this game that you can read at bossrushgames.com, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind. I know what it is.
Yes, of course. It's Yoshi's Crafted World. Everybody, this game is super fun. Literally insane. Very comedic. So detailed. I posted crazy pictures about this game. Like, you do a level in a cardboard ninja school. Like, it's funny. The spookiness at some things, like being able to play the game forward, like from left to right, and then switching it from right to left. The bonus levels, the bosses, like this is challenging in a really good sense. It's very challenging. I just like, why is no one talking about this game? Why is no one like looking at this game on how phenomenal it is? Like, this is another game of all time for me. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. I know I've been saying shadow of a doubt a lot, but it's charming. It's fun. Level design is very creative. Boss is just like the things that they use to create the levels is like very thought provoking. Like, just like my opinion, to be like, I am in a bathtub, and they designed the bathtub as like it's a swamp, and there's a big fish with lips trying to bite you, and I'm cracking up. Like, it is literally charming. And of course, the Yoshis are always beautiful and everything. The music is wonderful. The music is good. It's not as catchy as Woody World. Woody World got some very catchy music.
That's
Love
true.
that soundtrack. But Crafted World is just like, it may be one of the best platforms that Nintendo has made over the Mario series.
Wow.
Like, and it's because of the level design. I'm not knocking the I'm definitely not marking Mario 3D World. Not mocking 3D Land or
Well,
like Super Mario Golden. Like I'm not marking none of that. Go ahead, Corey.
you have to think like, you talk about level design, and yeah, like maybe your first run through of the level is going to be like simple or whatever if you're not trying to find all the flowers or whatever, but like they have to make that level work left to right, right to left, and then like it's a diorama, so you can turn it 180 degrees, and it's got to work as a level backwards. Like it's got to work 4 different ways, right? That level, and that is incredibly difficult to do. Like it's probably incredibly difficult to make a decent level going right from left to right in one way, right? And like the fact that you have to like turn the level around, you have to hide things in certain places that maybe you see them one way and don't see them the other. Like that kind of level design is really interesting to see unfold in this game. No pun intended. So but
yes, so Yoshi's Crafted World, it's it's one of the Switch's best games. It's one of my all games of all time, man. It's probably one of the best platform games that I've ever played. And yes, we did just talk about Ukulele and the Impossible Late Mission. I'd still recommend that game. Still recommend. But Yoshi's Crafted World is like, yeah, it blew me away for 2019, and I don't think anything could touch that game. A lot of people can say, well, there's other games that have been better and it didn't sell well and all. I'm just like, you sit down and you play that game straight, and you would be surprised on how detailed and well made and the quality of that game is. So yeah, Yoshi's Crafted World. It's my number one game of the year for Nintendo Pow Block.
What a great list of games we have here. Like
yes,
and I know we only had what, like 3 double ups on here. Like, it just shows that the Switch is just one of the most dynamic consoles out there, right? Like, I know a lot of the stuff on Xbox is changing up a little bit, and PlayStation has their audience, right? But like the way that indies and third parties and first party games all kind of work together to make this kind of really solid, cohesive library, right? And like
even PC games that's coming to Switch,
well,
like Civilization 6, like that's a big thing.
I mean, like even taking the fact that Nintendo doesn't have to worry about 2 platforms anymore, right? Like, it was always like, if you wanted to be the hardcore Nintendo fan, you had to own the home console and the handheld. Well, I mean, we had a couple 3DS games this year, right? But like nothing absolutely critical to the point, and now that Nintendo is kind of really, at least everything in-house is focused on Switch, like we're getting, look how overwhelming the first party stuff was this year, especially from June to October, right? Like, that's that whole, just like, I mean, even into November, right? Like with Pokemon and stuff. So it was just a great year for Switch, and I mean, this could just lead into Deshaun's question, our last question of the night. He says, are you excited for Nintendo Switch in 2020, even though there isn't a lot of big things confirmed for the year? Yeah, because at the beginning of this year, at the beginning of 2019, the only games we knew about were Yoshi's Crafted World and Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem didn't even have a title at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Right? And so, I'm always excited for Nintendo. Animal Crossing might not be my jam, but Tokyo Mirage Sessions is, and Xenoblade Chronicles is, and some of these Gods and Monsters is coming to Switch, and that game looks really cool. So there's 3 games right there I'm really excited for, and that's not in counting the indies or whatever direct comes soon, to kind of lay out next year. So
right. and we still got indie stuff from 2017 and 18 that hasn't been released yet on Switch that got announced but just haven't been released because they've been probably working on it. You meant like, the indie world that they just shown a couple of weeks ago, like that got a lot of promise in 2020. We still got Shin Megami Tensei 4. We still got Room Factory and this remake coming into Switch. Like there's a lot of stuff that is on board. We just got to be patient and wait for more info to be released about it.
I mean, from that indie direct, like Oddworld Stranger's Wrath and Axiom Verge 2 are two of the games at the top of my list next year.
And Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is already on Switch. It's like it's available to buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not coming out till January though. It's just a pre-purchase, but
I thought it was available to buy.
No, I
thought they had
Trust me, I saw it. I looked. Oh, okay. It's definitely a pre-purchase. It's coming out on January 20th.
Okay.
Definitely a game I'm looking forward to, though. That is, by the way, you want a fun first-person shooter action game like that game. Awesome.
Yes.
So, but you know, like I think the Switch is still heading into its prime, right? Like I know that first year was amazing, and last year we got Smash, which by itself was dominating, and this year we had a whole bunch of awesome first party games. You know, next year I think, like, even if they don't come next year, right? Like on the horizon still we have Breath of the Wild 2, we have Metroid Prime 4, and we have Bayonetta 3. Those are three heavy hitters, right? And
yes,
you know, I'm sure Nintendo will at some point announce Mario Odyssey 2 or 3D World port or Zelda ports, right? Like they have so much in their arsenal right now that they can just say, oh yeah, we need to fill a slot here. We'll just use this Wii or Wii U game and touch it up a little bit, right? Like that's what the first half of the year next year is, right? With Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Xenoblade Chronicles. I just think 2020 will just be another great year. You know, I'm sure we'll get a whatever the third version of Pokemon Sword and Shield is next year, right? Like I'm sure that's happening, or you know, something of that nature. So, but yeah, 2020, I don't have any reason to think that it will be a down year for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of games for all three platforms, and I think Sony and Microsoft needs Nintendo to fill that void before their next game and stuff coming out, because you know Microsoft is ready to come out hard. Sony is gathering up for their stuff for next year. But Nintendo's going to be like, we just want to drop games and content and keep you guys in our ecosystem, make you look forward to stuff. And if you're not a Nintendo Switch owner, hopefully this game that we have for our console will make you become one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, you know, and outside of Nintendo's first party stuff, you know, we have the Mega Man Zero ZX collection next year. We have Crystal Chronicles Remastered next year. Darksiders Genesis next year, which I think looks freaking awesome. I don't care what anybody says about Darksiders. I love all those games. We have Animal Crossing next year, Doom Eternal next year. Sorry, I'm just kind of running through this list here. The Trials of Mana is coming next year, which looks awesome if you're into action RPGs. So it's going to be a great year for Switch next year again. So Axiom Verge 2, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD. Sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling here. I know it's kind of dead air, but Empire of Sin, that strategy game that they showed at E3. That game looks really cool.
That the George Romero game?
Yeah. So Gods and Monsters, I think, is going to be awesome.
Everybody's hoping for a Mario and Rabbids 2 announcement.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that announcement as well, because that first game's awesome. The Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, which, you know, if you're into Star Wars and the Lego games, that's going to be a huge game, considering it's basically 4 games in one.
Right.
No More Heroes 3 is next year, which I kind of forgot about, but that trailer was pretty cool at the Game Awards. So, you know, there's enough here for everyone. Streets of Rage 4 is next year.
Yes.
Game Informer doesn't really have anything else listed for Switch, but I mean, that's already like 25 games I just listed. So, I think next year is going to be a busy enough year for Switch.
Yes.
But yeah, so those are our games of the year for Nintendo Switch. If you are looking to get a console for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you celebrate, wow, words. There's a huge list of 2019 games right there. Or, you know, you can go back and listen to our previous episodes. Check out our website for you know, I kind of want to work with Ed on a top 25 list for Switch heading into 2020. I think that's something that we could do and just kind of update yearly or quarterly or bi-yearly, you know. So anyways, that's it. If you want to write a question in, be on our first show of the new year, you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at boss_rush_games, and check us out on Facebook. Look for our social media threads. Join our Facebook group. Join our Discord. We are going to start our live shows again on Mixer and Twitch. So check out Boss Rush Games Live on those platforms. Just hit that follow button, and it'll notify you when we go live. Check us out on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/bossrushgames. Subscribe and hit the bell so you are notified when our new videos go up. And subscribe to us on podcast services. Subscribe to Nintendo Pow Block as well as the Boss Rush podcast. Remember to review and rate us on those platforms that you listen to us on. It really helps us grow with discoverability. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatBridgerCode, and you can find Optional Opinion on SoundCloud and other podcast apps. And also check out Boss Rush Podcasts on YouTube and on our website, bossrushgames.com.
Yeah. I really want to actually thank everybody for watching the shows on YouTube. Our shows have kind of... people watching our shows on YouTube has actually gone up quite a bit. So that's awesome. That's really awesome to see because... I mean, it's not like a ton of work goes into the videos, but you know, we do put work into the videos to make them watchable at least, and it's nice to see that people are taking the time to check it out. So, yeah, it was nice to see. So, you can find me at CoreyHD713 on Twitter and CoreyHD on Instagram and Mixer. You can also find me on the Boss Rush podcast. Remember to check out our upcoming content, including Standard Definition, a retro and nostalgia-based podcast, and also 1v1, which will go up on the Boss Rush podcast feeds, our interview series. So very excited for those. Also coming up on our YouTube channel, Pod and Play, a podcasting Let's Play series where Ed and I and various other hosts and guests will join us for episodes.
Season 5. Yes.
Well, technically, yes, but the first season on Boss Rush. So we will keep you posted on when episodes are going up, what games are going up for that first Boss Rush season. And then the retro game show we are going to get back to in 2020. Finish up a link to the past and move on to the next game on our list. Also, Ed, I know you are doing Hit 'em Hard. Are you going to continue that series?
Yes, I will be continuing Hit 'em Hard. I actually got busy with work, but I will be coming back. I've been trying to upload another DMC5 one. If I can't upload it, then I'll just put a new one up, and we will go from there because I really want to do Titanfall 2 on hard. Like, and really just go at it and just be like, okay, yeah, this is fun. But yeah, Hit 'em Hard will be back, everybody, for next year.
Yeah. Anything else? I don't think so. I really want to thank everybody for supporting Boss Rush Games and the return of Nintendo Pow Block. What? Every time I go
Yes.
into it, Ed does that thing where he's like, I forgot to say something.
Yes. Everybody, we are getting close to the index challenge. So we will be starting the new BRG challenge, the Boss Rush Games challenge, actually January 1st on New Year's Eve. So I will have the rules up for it on how that goes. Hopefully you guys will be able to contribute. It's a great way to get rid of some backlog that you've been playing and actually be rewarded. Like, really enjoying this stuff because I think it's a fun thing to do.
Yeah,
So
we also encourage you to post your results in the Facebook or Discord, right? Because like
yes,
it gets other people involved in wondering what you're doing, and it's almost, not only is it like a challenge to, get your backlog done, but it's also something that we're going to use to build community and see what we're playing, and we've been throwing around the idea of doing a video game book club, so that's also going to probably tie into the backlog challenge as well. So
yes. So yes, and like I said, I will have more details about how that's going to go. I cannot wait for you guys to join us. So yes.
yeah, like I was saying before, I do want to thank everybody for supporting Boss Rush Games and kind of the direction that we've been taking and the return of Nintendo Pow Block. It's been really humbling to see the support that we've been getting and the continued support. And, I know Pow Block has transitioned networks a few times in its lifespan, but it's still the same show. It's the show that we love to do, and it's the show that we love to do for you. And when we took it away, we had a outcry of people begging us to bring it back, and it was kind of humbling to see that, and that's why we brought this show back in particular, and kind of took the NX show and made it what it is today in the Boss Rush podcast. And I love working with Jesse and Ray and Ed, and it's you podcast we all started creating content because we love video games, and the things that video game culture kind of surrounds us with, and how we kind of fell in love with this stuff. And that's why Standard Definition exists, that's why Boss Rush exists, that's why Pow Block exists. But you never really know like how it's gonna go, and this year was really full of ups and downs, in particularly for me, and to see the year kind of end on a really, really high note is really fun and humbling for me personally, and us as a group. Like, and just thank you everybody who continues to listen and watch and support us, and feedback and your questions and your kind words on Twitter and emails and Facebook and stuff. It's I love doing this, and it's been a fun ride, and 2020 I feel like is going to be something special for us as a group. So I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Ed, who Ed, you've been kind of like that person that just keeps pushing me through and pushing me forward, and keeps me sane when I'm trying to do 5,000 things, to be honest.
Very true.
But, I don't think I say this enough to you. I don't say it enough to Jesse or Ray either, but, thank you for being a friend and a teammate and just being an awesome host and friend.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I mean that sincerely, not just for you, but, for Jesse and Ray, and, I'll tell them tomorrow when we record, but,
yes,
this is something that is really special to me personally, and just having friends to do it with is awesome. So, didn't really mean to get all sappy or anything. I just, wanted to end 2020 or 2019 going into 2020 on a happy and thankful note to everybody who listens to our content and has for 5 years at this point. So
yeah.
So thank you guys, everybody, for listening and or watching, and we will see you guys in 2020.
Bye, everybody.